Yo, get this nigga Omar in here, bro. I need Omar. I need Omar. I need my brother, man. I need my brother. I need my brother. I need my brother. I need my brother in here ASAP. I need my brother. Yo, I'm like recording right now. Um and like the all right, so let me because it's kind of hard to explain this because I couldn't really do on the timeline. So this is my first time like really in my life where I'm living by myself. And normally I'm a nigga that don't really care that much, but you really get to know how much you don't care when you're in the house by yourself, like there's nobody there to like judge you or say anything about it, or you're maybe not even judge, just like you're just like you think that other people are judgmental and shit like that. And so because I work from home and because I've always lived with people, I've always had like this insecurity that like somebody will like hear me record or somebody will like see me recording. And like I've always it's kind of hard to explain. It's like I have like a mental blocks at times because like somebody will be in the house with me while I'm recording. But now that nobody's there, nigga, I think I'm a sociopath now. I think I'm a maniac, bro. I think something's genuinely wrong with me because like I'm recording and this is like the freest I've ever felt in my life. Like I feel free, open, liberated, damn near, and like extraordinarily comfortable. But it's because like I get to like walk around the house and pace around the house and like talk to myself. It's like so fucking weird when I'm recording. Like I'll just start like walking around the house and I'll start pacing and I'll start like talking to myself, like talking myself through what I'm like about to say mentally. And I'll go sit down, I'll record like a section of the video. Then I'll kind of go back and I'll walk around the house and I'll start talking to myself and I'll like, oh my god, okay, this, that, and the third, say this, I did do this, and I'll like almost run down the script. Oh yeah, I don't write a script either. I don't write a script. So everything that I do is on the top of my head. So then I'll kind of walk around, I'll talk to myself, da 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 da, and I'll go sit back down and I'll talk it out. I'll say it again, and I'll stand back up and I'll do da 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 da. And like, nigga, this is like the quickest I've ever got through a video. Like I've never got through a video this quick in my life. It's actually like mind blowing to me. Hold on, chat. Hold on, chat. I got it. Can I get the let me y'all got that stacker?
Which one?
Them BK stackers?
Of course.
Oh, okay, all right. Let me get that BK stacker meal.
You want double, triple, quad?
Nah, I just want that double. Let me get that double real quick.
You want the meal?
Yeah, let me get the meal.
Need them a large and extra.
And on that meal, let me get them onion rings on that meal. And let me get a frozen drink too. Nah, that's mad unhealthy. Let me get some water.
Okay.
Let me get some water.
Yeah. Look, we don't need you. You your life together.
My bad, man.
I got the double stapler. You don't know if you want onion rings. We got your bottle of water. You want to do something with this?
Yeah, let me get that sauce. For sure.
What else can we get for you today?
That's gonna be it right there.
You got to go. Now you good now, right?
I'm straight.
All right, 879, second window.
Say less. Nigga, just chatting me up right now. Hold on. Say less. Niggas chatting me up. That's another thing I noticed that both Omar and I do when we're fucking bored. So for whatever reason, we have to keep people in our boredom. For whatever, I don't know what that is about. We just troll way too much. Hold on. But yeah, I don't know, bro. It's like it's weird because like when I'm recording, I realize like I'm just talking to myself, and I'm walking around my house and I'm pacing, and like I know for a fact I would hold on.
Listen, I don't know what you want. You donate to the kids, right?
I donate to kids.
Yeah,
I need somebody to donate to me.
It's 21 cents.
21 cent here.
I got pressure right here.
You got pressure right there?
Yeah.
Nah, that's my credit card. I don't know what's. I don't know if it's gonna make it through.
All right, let's see. If it don't, I got you.
Oh, all right, bet.
If it don't, I got you.
All right, bet, bet, bet.
I got you.
All right, bet. Say less. Thank you, thank you,
Yeah, do it. Oh,
thank you.
there you go.
It went through.
Hey, look, don't have money. Don't tell nobody.
I say less. Say less. All right. Them niggas be bored at Burger King. Yeah. So all right. So what I'm realizing, like when I'm recording, because it's my first time ever, ever live by myself. Like how much I talk to myself, and I caught myself mid like stride when I was pacing through the house, and I realized like, bro, like I can never do this with somebody else in the house because I'll be like mad insecure that somebody will see me talking to myself and start judging me. But like this is the quickest I've ever got through like a video in my life. Like normally it would take me like hours and hours to like record something because I would have mental blocks. I would always be like, oh my god, is somebody like about to like come in here and da da da. And like now that I know like nobody's like coming in close, and also I can like stay up as long as I want to and just record whatever the fuck I want to record. It's like mad weird. It's mad weird. So I wanted Omar to come in here and I want to ask him like, does he ever know that I talk to myself? Because it's not like it'd be one thing like I don't know if like maybe you talk to yourself and like you be like, all right, I gotta make sure I go to the grocery store, get the eggs, milk, and cheese, and make sure I gotta make this and that. Like if you like that, like almost like talk to yourself like a to-do list. That's one thing because I do that shit too, nigga. I'm like talking to myself of comments that I know y'all are gonna leave. So like I'll say something and then I'll think to myself immediately like, oh yeah, but a nigga might say X, Y, Z, so da da da. So I gotta make sure I put this in the video, and then when I structure the video, I gotta do this and that third. But then what if a nigga say this? And then I'm like talking through not only the video but also the comment section, and I'm like trying to like frame a script in my mind about the shit I'm saying. Like it's mad weird. And then I caught my then there's a point in the video where I'm like, because it's about the MVP race. And so then there's a part in the video where I was like, no, I'm not going to talk about that on this channel, but you can go to my second channel and da da da. Like I start talking to myself in in a tone like I'm talking to an audience member. Like this shit is weird as fuck. And so I'm like, yo, I caught myself doing that shit, and I was like, bro, what the fuck is wrong with you, you weird fuck? Like I was like, yo, what, you weird ass nigga? What's wrong with you? But then I kept doing it, and I was like, bro, but this shit feels so right. But I know for a fact. Oh, here come this nigga. Omar, come here real quick. Come here. I can just invite you, I guess. Yo, cause this shit is mad weird, nigga. Oh shit. Yo, Omar, come up here, nigga. God, I'm trying to like drive and then talk to niggas, and I'm about to get into a car accident. You see the T?
Hold on. Give me 2 seconds.
1, 2, nigga. What's up with you, boy? I'm in peak trolling mood too right now too, so like, I'm in absolute. I'm in ultra instinct trolling mode right now, nigga. Dead ass. I was just fucking chatting up a nigga at the Burger King drive-thru, nigga. Hurry up, nigga. Damn. But yeah, I want to know if that's like a common thing that y'all do, or if it's just me, and if you do it, like if you talk to yourself like that, like do you give yourself enough leeway? Do you give yourself enough leeway to do it? Because like I felt like I've never felt this free. But let me tell you how bad my mental blocks have been when I haven't been able to have like the freedom to do shit like this. Bro, there'll be times that I'll be recording and I would have full blown headaches. Like I would have headaches. I would start sweating because I'll have a genuine mental block, and then there be times where I would have to like leave the house, and my girl, I'm gonna just say it, because I cheated before, she'll be thinking like, yeah, you better go cheat on me, huh? But then it's like I can't. I'm not about to go cheat. Like I can't think. I can't think with you in the house. I can't. And it's not a her thing. It's a me thing. So like trying to explain to her like, yeah, I can't think because I think I'm insecure about me like walking around the house like a madman talking. And then if I hop in the car and you're in the car with me as I'm trying to free my mind, I'm going to be talking to myself in the car, and then you're going to be looking at me like, nigga, what the fuck is wrong with you, nigga? Omar, I just want to know if this is like a common thing, bro. I was having full on soliloquies and arguments. I was having arguments with borderline with myself. I just felt like a sociopath, bro. I felt weird. I know. I tell you, I didn't feel weird. That's also weird. Like I'm utilizing like what I believe other people would think of me to like demean myself, but it's still me. So I still think to myself, fuck it. Like, what does it matter? Like, you're in the house by yourself. Like, nobody, who's gonna know what you're doing? And what's crazy? Here's how crazy it is. I don't even mind telling y'all this, but if like somebody came over, like if Omar came over, I then would not be able to do it in front of him. I'll be like, I can't. Like, I'll just wait till you leave, and then I'll get back to recording. But it's so like it's just like the weirdest and greatest feeling in the world. Omar, nigga, damn, nigga. And these niggas tired of hearing me saying the same shit. Nigga, where you at? Fuck this nigga. I'm gonna bring somebody else up, because Jesus, buddy. Also, I do wonder at times when I'm driving, I'm talking to myself, like the nigga, like you at it when you know you get to a stoplight and you talking to yourself, and a nigga off to the side is like, look at this weird fuck ass. Like, what is this weirdo doing? Who is he talking to? Yo, Kane 8L. There's no way a nigga came up here and decided not to say anything. No way. No, Omar. Jesus, if you don't say anything, bro. Alright, fuck it, bro. Yo.
That I have like full on podcasts with myself. Like if I'm outside of shit, I would legit. It's weird, but it's gotten worse. I would legit like remove my phone and like pretend as if I'm on a call, but I'm just talking to myself, which is a little weird. But I don't think it's
What's
weird. Yeah, yo, it happens.
what's
It happens, bro.
what's going on here?
Oh, all right, Omar. All right, but hey, to the gentleman that said that, I've never thought about doing that. Um, but yeah, I would. That's actually a really good idea. Omar. Okay, what's happening now is, because I live by myself, I'm realizing, like my recording process or just my process in general, of like how I process things. My process of processing things, which I'm on full blown like I don't know what you call it, but I'm no way. Yo, can y'all still hear me? Can y'all still hear me? Can you hear me? Yo.
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh.
Yes, we can hear you.
Um, what I'm realizing is like when I'm at the house now by myself, like I don't like recording in front of people, and so because of that, like I have mental blocks because I'm like constantly trying to be aware of like not only myself recording but also like who's around me and stuff like that, right? Um, However, because there's no one at the house now, I'm like free to kind of just do whatever I please. And the thing that I'm free to do, what I've done now that I'm free to do what I want to do, is I walk around the house and I talk to myself. So I was gonna ask, like, do you do that, or have I ever done that? And if I have done that, and you see me, has it been like any level of excessiveness?
Is this you asking me? Do you want me to move in with you? This is so
No,
weird.
no, no. I don't want you to move. It's the opposite actually. I'd rather be by myself because I don't want because I'll
Um,
be insecure if somebody was around me while I'm doing this.
I think at one point in time you did talk in your sleep, but I think we all do. If not, that's weird. But no, you don't talk to yourself. At least the extent I'm imagining. I think we all talk to ourselves just a little bit. Nothing crazy. Oh, I got to do this. I got to do that. I got to do this. That. Type beat.
That's because I know what you're talking about. Like you do like the check off list of things you got to do for the day, so you kind of just like saying it out loud to kind of better remind yourself of it. I'm talking about like when I'm recording because I don't write a script. I'm in the house right now, like pacing around the house, talking to myself like through the next section of the video, and then like I'm talking about like what people could potentially counter some of the arguments with. And then I'm also like talking myself through that part of the video as well. And then once I kind of feel comfortable with that part, I then sit down and I record the next section of the video. And then I get back up and I start talking to myself again. And I pace, but I'm pacing around the house though right now. Like I start pacing in the room, but then I somehow made my way from the room to like my walkway on my upstairs, and I'm talking to myself. I'm looking out the window, talking to myself, and I'm pacing around. And I'm like, all right, cool, bet. And I walk back in my room. I sit down. I record again. Then I'll be like, all right, da da. Then I'll start talking to myself again. I'll start standing up and I'll start pacing around the room. And I'll make my way out. And I'm like, I'm
Are you
talking.
concerned?
I kind of am, but then I'm concerned. But then I'm like, but I feel good though because it feels natural. But then I also feel concerned because it's like, why the fuck does this feel natural?
You're overthinking, and it sounds like you need some sex. So I just think
No way a nigga said
you
that.
need to stop overthinking. If you want me to, we've always talked about moving in. No, if you want me to move in, we can do that as well. This is all just a strange
Nigga, I don't
conversation.
nigga, it's nigga, you've now inserted yourself into this house twice.
They
And it's
said
the opposite.
they said we need to get brother to brother going for real. In what
No, it'll be
way?
you know what's so crazy?
What?
And I know you're semi trolling, you even bring up the idea of moving in, and now that I feel this level of like freedom and liberation, I would resent you for years if you did that. That's crazy, right?
Oh my god! I'm just looking for reasons to resent me. Listen, nothing's wrong with you. You need to get some sex. Stop tripping. I don't even think you're tripping. Nothing is wrong with you. Get off the internet, dog. That's the other thing.
Nigga, I'm working on the internet. What are you talking about?
No, I mean like in your downtime, get off the internet and go out and
Oh,
exist.
I deleted TikTok. I deleted TikTok.
What are you doing right now?
Oh, I was on the internet to talk to you about it though.
Call my phone. Yo, get off the internet. Get off the
No,
internet.
I wanted to make sure. I wanted to make sure like I wasn't tripping
You
though.
want to
And
do
also, you know what's so crazy? I actually don't want to fuck no women right now because like they're gonna be at the house, and that's gonna be even worse. Like the idea of like some random woman that I'm fucking, or not even a random, like me trying to build up this rapport with a woman, and then she gets to the house, and I have to like act some type of way. I gotta act all bravado and shit, like, oh yeah, I'm just chilling, and they're like, man, fuck that, bro. I want to be free. I want to do what the fuck I want to do, nigga. What the fuck,
let's do brother to brother Sunday. That's what it sounds like.
nigga? No,
I'm
bro.
I'm trying to make a website and I'm at work, so I'll talk to you later. Please get off the internet. There's nothing wrong with you. Okay?
All right, thanks, brother.
This is crazy.
Thanks, brother. Yo, man, I guess there's nothing wrong with me, man. Hey, man. I guess I'm more relatable than I thought. I still wouldn't do this in front of nobody. Just FYI. But man, hey yo, I thank y'all for the kind words. Hold on, I think Dom was about to say some crazy shit. I feel like Dom was about to say, man, you need to start smoking some weed.
First of all, the fact that you have the perception of me is just the nigga that's gonna say smoke weed is crazy. No, I'm not gonna say that. I was coming up here to honestly say your process is normal because you don't write shit down and you is straight off the dome and you're just saying it. So because it's off the dome, you have to repeat it to memorize it, and you have to keep constantly saying shit to memorize shit because you're doing shit off the dome, not writing it. It's definitely a normal process. Rappers do it, writers do it. Any nigga that doesn't write down whatever they're trying to read or say or repeat, they do exactly what you're doing. They walk around the house talking to themselves, making sure they got shit down. It's absolutely normal.
How you know that though?
Because I know for a fact I do it. Like I know I do it. Um, if anybody doesn't know, I have an actual record label with a bunch of rappers. Some of them are freestyle rappers that they don't write shit down. That's how they do it. I've seen niggas recording processes. That's how they do it.
That's crazy because I would not feel comfortable doing this in front of no
You
one.
shouldn't do this in front of anyone. That was another thing. Definitely don't do it in front of people. You use the example of, oh, when I'm in the car and I pull up to the light and I'm just talking to myself and someone see me, nigga, keep your window up. They'll think you on the phone. It's 2023. It's not 19 fucking 82. Like niggas will think, okay, he's probably just talking on a Bluetooth phone. Like it's no one is thinking you're crazy for talking to yourself in your car, especially driving in a fucking Tesla. Well, niggas will think you just Bluetooth.
Yeah, but no, but of course, like that's a rational way of thinking it. But in my mind, I know that I'm talking to myself, so I immediately think to myself, like, damn, these niggas is judging the fuck out of me. Like, look at this fucking weird fuck talking to himself.
And honestly, I don't know why you would have that mental block to think niggas is judging you, especially people in your own home, especially women that you're involved with. Nigga, what you're doing is creating a lifestyle that they're literally living in and sitting in. Without you sitting there talking to yourself to get through the process, you literally wouldn't be able to do what you do. So if they can't
Dom,
understand that,
that's a logical way to look at it. I'm telling you that I'm not. I'm. It's an irrational thought process I have.
low,
Like I don't even feel comfortable doing this in front of Omar and my mom.
low. But I'm telling you, the fact that you can acknowledge that there's a logical way to think about it, that there's a logical way to look at it, and you acknowledge that you're looking at it illogically, means that you have the comprehension skills and the knowledge to know that you can be rational about this. Like, and you're being told and confirmed that.
Everybody knows a rational way of thinking. They just don't do it. What
Yo,
the
yo,
hell?
Lo, I just
So
want
then
to.
just think different, nigga. What are you talking? Now smoke weed. I bet you smoke weed. You would think. See, now you got me
All right,
saying
there it
smoke. There
is.
we
There
go.
it
Now,
is. There it
now
Yo,
we're
is.
yo,
here.
There it is.
yo, Lo, I just want to say, but I think it's the OCD, and like me, and what I mean by that is that I'm the same way. Sometimes like, I will like pace back and forth and have conversations within myself that I will like mentally prepare for. It don't matter what conversation, it will just pop up in my head, and I will just start pacing. So I think it's just the OCD in you, like you're mentally preparing like what to say, regardless if it's a video or a conversation or whatever that is. I just think it's just, it's the OCD. We mentally prepare ourselves. So,
How you know he got OCD?
huh? No, I was just saying, even if you don't.
Wait. I am going to ask him a question. So, do you prepare yourself for like conversations that you're going to have with some other
Yes,
people?
yes. Even if it don't have, even if it never happens, I do that a lot. Like, regardless if it's with my mom or with my sister or with my brother, like it could be a stupid conversation. It could be a mature conversation. It don't matter. Like I just have I'll pace back and forth and have conversations within myself where I would mentally prepare for it, regardless if it happens or it don't. So I feel you.
Now, is that now, Damo, is that weird?
I was gonna ask. I mean, he has OCD, so no. But Lo, do you have OCD?
I don't know, but I do that though. What he just described about having convos with people before you actually have the convos, I do that all the
Now, yeah,
time.
that's
Lo,
I just like I said, Lo. I think it's just. I'm not saying like it's crazy OCD. It could just be OCD, ADHD. It don't matter. It's just like
I do think I might have ADHD though, but that might just be the TikTok in me though.
yeah.
The
That's what I'm
TikTok is
saying. Like I just think that
TikTok is
I think
crazy.
it's I relate to you because I'm the same way. I can give you an example. I'll mentally prepare myself to have a conversation with my sister about about kids or whatever. Like even if it's years down the line, like I will already like have that conversation in my head. I already know what to say. I will mentally prepare myself just in case if that conversation happens or it don't. Like regardless if it's stupid or not. So like I feel you, Lord. Like I'm the same way. Like I'll pace back and forth and just start like having just random conversations.
wait, Lo. So you telling me like just hypothetically right now? If I'm like, yo, Lo, I'm about to come over so we can talk right now. You're gonna sit there and pace around your kitchen thinking about, all right, so Damo might say this and I'm gonna say that. Like that's what you'll do.
I'll 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 um I'll think to myself about like maybe not that, but like for example, like I had a meeting the other day about playback, the streaming thing, the streaming platform. And before the meeting happened, I walked myself through like different alternations of like the convo and how it could go, just so I knew I was going to be prepared for like the answers that was potentially like the questions that were potentially going to be presented itself. So I was able to just like talk myself through like every single part of the convo and then come to a sound answer. And so when then we got to that point, I can give them like really, really, really good answers before I even got into the conversation. And so he's right. Like there's like most of the time I end up over preparing myself because of course like they're not going to be thinking about every single last answer. I mean question to provide or me providing them with every single question. But no, I definitely do that before. I've done that several
Like
times.
I've like for me, I remember one thing I had was where my nephew, he's like he's family with K Flock, and I was like, I mentally prepared myself just in case if he wants to sit there in front, like, oh yeah, my cousin, like he got all this money, I'm good for life. I was gonna have that conversation with him, mentally prepared, like, yo, bro, like he's done. Like you know what I'm saying? So I just think like it could just be as that, or it could just be like Lo said, like an interview, or just something about like playback or what channel it is. I just think it, like I said, Lo, is just it could be OCD, ADHD, ADD. It's just something within us where we feel like we have to mentally prepare ourselves. So it is what it is, bro. A lot of people don't do it, but I get where you coming from.
That's twin right there.
Nah. After further like thinking about it, nah, you niggas is just weird.
I don't think
Wow.
it's weird, Damo. I just like yo, bro, yo. I fucking hate you, Damo. I can't stand you, fam. Yo, bro. It. I just don't think it's really weird, bro. I just think that it's the OCD. Like we just have these random thoughts where we're just like we get too deep in the thoughts and we just start thinking about what we're gonna say, or if someone asks this question, how are we gonna answer it? Like it's just how some of us
I
are.
do that too.
Like you
I do
may
that shit
not do
too.
it, Damo.
Bro,
But it
that
get
just sounds like a super long way
No,
I do that
of
shit too.
saying
But
I'm
it
it.
just
get
saying like
worse
you
I
may
don't know.
post
not do it,
conversation.
Damo, to a certain extent. But for me, I do it like a lot, and it's cause a little bit. I have ADHD and a little bit of OCD, so it is what it is. I'll start pacing randomly and start thinking about a conversation in my head. It really don't matter.
I was
Yo,
gonna
wait,
say I
King,
do
what
that
you
shit
about to
too.
say?
Like post like coach my not coach myself, but walk myself through conversations I might not ever have, but it also get worse. Like post conversation, I have conversation with somebody, and then like later on that day, I'm like, fuck, I should have said this, I should have said this, I should have said this, I should have said this.
Facts,
I would have cooked that
facts,
nigga, but I didn't say all
facts.
these things.
No, I do that though. I definitely do that.
Also
I
debating
think
yourself.
that's a normal human thing. I think we all do that. It's hindsight and wanting to be, I don't know, liked or wanting to just do the right thing or say the right thing. We all do that.
But do you prep yourself though?
Do I prep about me? It depends. There has to be like if it's a conversation I'm super nervous about. Personally, if I'm having like a meeting or some shit like that, no, I'm not thinking too much of it because I've already accepted there's shit in this world that you just can't control and it's things that are out of your control. So me sitting around like if Souls told me we had a fucking Spotify meeting, I'm not I don't know what the fuck Spotify is about to say to us. I don't know what they're gonna ask us. So I'm not about to sit there and worry myself with trying to figure out, like trying to think of the best approach to have with Spotify. No, let's just get in the meeting. Let's see what they say. I respond how I
You're
respond.
not
But
gonna
a
think they
lot
might
of us,
ask
It's
me
just how
Damo.
this,
I'm
and if they
wired.
ask me this is what I'm gonna say.
No, but I'm saying, You don't even but have to a hold lot of on. us, Damo, I feel like we just like think about like all the possibilities or like what we're gonna say. Like even if it's just a question where like they might twist it around and make you look bad or whatever it is. I just think a lot of us just think about it and just be like,
But
okay,
if
if
you
they
don't
ask this
know,
question a certain way, this is how I'm gonna respond. Or if they ask the question
but
this
how do
way,
you know they're gonna ask that question?
you already have to.
Don't.
It don't have to. It's just mentally prepared. Like you're just mentally preparing
But
yourself
that's
for
what
all those
but that's what I'm
questions.
saying. That right there, that goes on to the point of limiting what you can actually control. Is no point of throwing hypotheticals into a scenario
You
when you have
prepare yourself. That's
absolutely
the point.
no
But that's
You
why
thought
prepare yourself for
process.
Damo.
You
But
everything.
absolutely
Damo.
don't know what's going
But
on.
Damo. But
Now, if
that's
you
why
know
I
for a
say.
fact you're about to have a conversation with somebody, like if you know you're about to talk to your mom about your future, okay, I can understand. All right, if she asks me what I'm going to do here, I'm going to do that. Like if you know for a fact the conversation is going to go a certain way, or you know what the conversation is going to be, cool. I prep myself. I do that too.
No,
I
and
don't
I
know if I'm
get
pacing
that,
around
and Damo, and
my
I get
house.
that 100. But what I'm trying to say, well, I get that, but I'm saying like
it don't matter because there's a lot of us who have OCD, like or OCD. Even if it's ADD, it could just be considered ADD. Like it could be that where we just
Nigga, I have ADHD.
no,
I
no, but
have
that's what I'm saying.
ADHD.
Like we sit, like some of us sit there and really think about all the outcomes of how the conversation is gonna go. So we mentally prepare ourselves, even if we want to or we don't. It just happens because sometimes we just get too deep in our
But
thoughts,
that's
man.
not ADD or ADHD though. That's not what that is.
Even if it's
Yeah,
OCD,
it
it
can
could
be
just be
many
OCD. It
times.
really don't matter. It's just
You're just okay. Well, Kev. You're
That's
just
just awesome.
throwing shit out there. Stop just throwing things out there and saying, "Oh, it could be this." No, stop throwing stuff out there. One, having ADD or ADHD is not going to cause you to frantically pace back and forth to think about all the possibilities of a conversation you're going to have. That is not what ADD and ADHD does to you. It
How
fucks
you
up
know,
with
Doctor Damo?
your well,
Face
one, I'm a nigga with
ass.
ADHD. That's one. I have it. It fucks with your attention span and your attention with other things. I'm explaining
It
it
depends on the
terribly.
person.
so.
So,
Okay,
Also
so
so
depends on
so okay, so Dama, that's fine. But I'm just saying, like, I just need you to understand, like, some of us may mentally just prepare ourselves for any and every outcome, like as much as we can. That's what I'm
Kevin,
trying to
Kevin,
at least
Kevin,
like, have you
Kev,
to
Kev,
understand,
Kev.
fam.
You have said that a million times. No one is disagreeing with you. We all understand that. What I am saying is, I get that Low is in his mind. He is just preparing for every outcome, everything, every question. That's how he gets himself ready for the conversation. If that's what it is. What I'm saying is because he asked me what would I do or how would I go about that. The reason I don't do that is because I know, like, to me, how my mind's wired, you just can't control everything. Like, I cannot, if I sit here
And
and
that's
wonder and
fair.
do that, because I've done it before, if I sit there and run myself ragged thinking about what someone's going to ask me or thinking about my retort to this hypothetical question, nigga, that's just unnecessary stress. Let that shit go. Like, literally, you have to just let shit, you have to roll with the punches. Bruce Lee said it best, man. Be water, my friend. You gotta just
But
be
you know
water,
what? You know
bro.
what's so
And
crazy
I and I
though?
and you know what? I understand that, Damo.
I
That's
understand what you're
fine.
saying too, but what on the other side with us though, or at least let me say it for me, it's the opposite though, because I don't feel free by just letting things go. It's almost like a mental block for me if I don't like actually talk it through to myself though. That's what we're saying.
Like it
Yeah,
just eats us. It eats us a little bit. Like you know, like
you have
that's
to
what yeah,
debate.
that's weird.
You
And
Like
have to
that and
debate
that's
with
what I'm
yourself.
saying. And that's what I'm saying. Y'all are weird.
No, it just happens though. It
Wow.
just happens. It's
this
not like
man
you even
Damo
think
is
about it. You
crazy,
just
bro.
do
I
it.
can't stand this man, bro.
Exactly, but it's like you just do it. It's not like you I plan it. You just do it. Oh, it's an
Yeah,
idea.
like
It's
you
an
don't like it.
idea.
Just happens, Damo. Like it just happens
You
randomly.
just find yourself walking in the garden or anywhere and
Like
just talking to
like
yourself.
I could just be walking down to go see my therapist, and bam, like I'm already had like it just happens. Like it's just a random like it's just a random occurrence. I'm not like it just doesn't happen while it's just fucking random, bro.
Bro, if
As a
you can point out something's happening and you're acknowledging that, if you feel it's a problem, at least, because Low, by the sound of it, it doesn't seem like you think it's a problem. You just feel like the perception people have, like, I feel like you feel the perception is a problem. Like, you think, oh, if other people caught me or if other people seen it, what would they think about it? And that's what I'm saying. You're weird, nigga. Like, I don't understand why do you care what other people think?
to be honest,
Or
I
it's
wouldn't
not.
care.
No,
To
no,
be
yeah,
honest,
yeah.
I
So
wouldn't
wait,
care.
wait. It's not that. It's just the fact that like maybe in like 6 more months I probably wouldn't care. It's just a simple fact that this is the first time I've ever lived by myself, and so this is the first time I've had the freedom to just do it like openly, and like I've never had the ability to just walk around my house and pace freely and then just talk to myself to that degree. Like I've never been able to
That's
do.
fair. That's fair. Have you walked around your house naked yet?
Oh,
What?
I did that. Come on, I did that when there was
I'm
people in
just
the
making
house,
sure.
nigga.
I'm trying to see how serious
I
you
did
are.
that when people was in
Yeah.
the
It's
house.
not
Yeah,
really a
you
house
know what
shit
I'm
till you
saying?
walk
Like
around
But
naked.
also,
To be honest,
that's a fact. That's
but also, a
absolutely a
lot of
fact.
people forget that. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of people talk in
Niggas
their
have
own head.
gross, my God.
Like a lot of people talk in their own head, which I don't know how they do it, but they have conversations in their own head. So it depends on each person,
But
honestly.
I want to
You
be
know what
clear. What
I
I'm
found that some
saying
people don't
is
do that.
I want to be
I'm,
clear though. This is not me. What I'm saying is in my head, sure, but I'm actually verbalizing these things out loud.
Yeah, yeah.
I think it's fine. I think it's fine. I just think that it is what it is. Like like I said, like yours is a little bit different than mine, bro. Like from what I'm thinking, but I think it's like similar where I can just sit there and tell you like it's fine. Like I think it's okay. To some people, it may be a little weird, But like if you're just doing it, maybe you're doing it to like, release some stress, or maybe you're just doing it, like I said, bro, where you just mentally prepare. It
No,
really just doesn't matter. I think it's perfectly normal. Some of them may think it's weird, so it is what it is. I feel like you shouldn't care, because I don't care.
if
I
you
It
do it
really
only
don't.
depends
in your
how
head,
far
it's,
though. It
it's like you're
depends
really
how
not
far.
even getting it out, to be honest.
Yeah. But it also depends on how far you go. Because like for me, for example, if I don't know, if I watch a playback video and I disagree with Low, I'll legit have a podcast with myself, arguing both sides until I
Yeah,
find a
I'll be doing that
conclusion.
too,
I've
bro. I'm
done
not
it too.
gonna
I do
lie.
the exact same thing too. Yeah.
Nah,
Yeah,
all
I
you
do the
niggas are
exact same
weird.
thing.
Y'all niggas are all weird.
But nah, that's how you're supposed to learn things. Otherwise, you never actually
Wait, so
learn or
Damo,
actually.
you hear something you don't like, you just pause and go nah, and just keep playing it. This is what I'm hearing.
I don't. No. If if I'm watching a podcast and I hear something I don't like, probably gonna tweet the nigga. At most, I'm not gonna just sit there, pause the video, and argue with myself about there. I'll disagree out loud. I'll be like, "Oh, nah, nigga, that's fucking crazy." I'm not gonna have a solo one man army podcast disagreeing
That
with
is
somebody.
true.
But
I
Damo,
but
will
why
see,
my
second
the
that.
point?
thing
That
is,
is
Nah.
true. That
Damo,
is true.
Damo, Damo, Damo. I think podcast
Depends
is
how
like
serious.
podcast is a bit hyperbolic. That's
Yeah.
that's what I'll say. But one, like if I see something,
Wait. I don't know if it's a bit hyperbolic.
Like
yeah,
it
okay. For
depends.
me,
It
for me,
depends.
I understand what they're saying, but I wouldn't like talk for like 20 minutes straight arguing a different point when like no one.
Okay, KB, you weren't the one that said it though. Wasn't Trill the one that said it?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest
Okay,
with you.
nigga. So I'm
I'm
not
be
talking
honest
to
with
you,
you.
KB. I'm talking about Trill.
No, but I agree with
I
him to an
definitely
extent.
get
That's what I'm
caught
saying.
up. I've definitely got caught up talking to myself about a talking point for like 15, 20 minutes.
What
And
what
you be
what
like, then you be like, wow.
what was that talking point? Like, can you shed some light on that talking point?
I mean, it can be really anything. Like if I watch something and I can like immediately like, oh well, what about this and that? And he didn't really think about this, but he may have thought about like da 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 da. But then if he said that, then what about this? And I'll pause. And I'm gonna keep it a bean with y'all. That's how a lot of my basketball research starts. Like somebody will say something, like Perkins will say some dumb shit. 80% of people are white, and I'll be like, but like, is that really true? Like, if I mean, maybe with da 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 this and that third, and I'll like, oh, let me go look it up, and I'll go look it up, and then I'll see somebody. And I'll click on their name and I'll research like what they look like. I'm like, oh, is he really white? And I'll go into Wikipedia to figure out like is he white American? Like, oh, I don't know. But then I'll go to his thing and I'll be like, and I'll just talk to myself into different loopholes until I figure out the answer. Then I'll get right back to what I was doing, and I'll just continue to talk to myself like that over and over and over again until I find whatever.
Low. And
I
see,
feel like
this is
that's
what,
perfectly fine with all the things.
and this is what I'm saying. Niggas is weird. I do that. Say at that point to where I hear Kendrick Perkins say something I don't agree with, I pause it. I ask two questions, and if I get two questions and I don't got a solid answer, I start a Twitter space. I'll go into Discord and talk to other people about it. There you go. That's the difference.
Y'all
Now we
niggas
gotta go
retarded
deeper
though.
though. We gotta
And
go deeper.
people have their different ways, man. I ain't gonna lie.
You gotta go deeper.
I
I'll
mean,
be
I
like,
want
why
to hear
is this
Some people
different
just
person
have
opinions
saying
because
different
it
this?
ways
just
of
doesn't make sense.
processing
It,
things, bro.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, honestly, all jokes aside, I don't think it's weird. Everybody has their own process. It's definitely not weird. Um, it only gets weird when I don't know
What, you do it for like an
if you're
hour?
going a whole 30 minutes talking to yourself. Yeah, that's when it gets a little weird. That at that point,
30 minutes is OD. Yeah, I'll
30
say that.
minutes of talking to yourself and like you don't say nothing to nobody else, and you're just sitting down playing Call of Duty, talking to yourself with no mic in. Yeah, nigga, you might want a therapist
It's
at
like
that
that's when
point.
you're in
Nah,
your house.
that's crazy. That's
That's when
crazy.
you're in
Nah,
your
that's
house
crazy.
though.
That's crazy.
You don't do it in public, but in your own house, which I think is normal. At
Like,
least
I'm only thinking
Nah, I'm
about
not
Call of
gonna
Duty
lie.
at
Thirty
that point.
minutes, 30 minute dialogue just to yourself about like something you disagree with is a bit excessive.
My thing is, how do you play Call of Duty and just sit there and have, like, I can't do that, bro. Like, my mind is on Call of Duty, or I'm talking to the people and we're having a conversation, whatever that
Look,
conversation
nigga,
is.
see, that's how
I
you need
can't
to
do
learn
that.
how to lock in, bro. You feel me? That's what you
or
gotta
just
learn
put a
how to
YouTube video and then you argue
lock
with
in,
the
bro.
No, I'm saying, like, I can't sit there and just play Call of Duty and then just sit there and have a conversation with myself, but while playing Call of Duty with no mic on. I can't do that.
I will say this though. I think my biggest fear is that because I'm living by myself now, things that might make somebody a degenerate, like I just might get more and more deeper into it. And I don't think this is like degeneracy, but like I'm just gonna become more stuck in my ways of doing shit. So then if I meet somebody else, like that woman is definitely gonna have to accept the fact that I pace around the house and talk to myself because I'm probably not gonna change because like this feels too good, too natural for me to make any adjustments.
pause.
But that's it. I'm I really do appreciate the gentleman who came up here and they shared their experiences. Dead ass, because I think that a lot of things that y'all are saying are definitely relatable to me. If it's not to everybody else, it is what it is. but it's definitely relatable to me. It makes sense and it feels right. And I'm about to keep working, dog. I'm about to knock this video out. Shit, you know what I'm saying? I'm about to start talking to myself again. But all right, that's it. I just wanted to know if that was normal.
That don't really count, but I guess.
As soon as I stood up and I was talking out loud I was talking to myself and I was talking. Then I immediately started thinking of the counterpoints, and I was saying those counterpoints out loud. Then I was like, yeah, something's wrong with me because I'm at this point I'm refuting my own arguments to then try to come up with another thing to say in the video. That's when I was like, yeah, something like what the fuck is going on
But
right now?
I think most women
Niggas
would be
had,
like okay with that
your
shit. Like
mental is geared into
a
debates
little
like
quirky.
crazy.
Wait, what'd you say,
I
King?
think
What'd you
most
say,
women
King?
would be okay with that. Like I don't think they have a big problem. They'd be like, oh, that's something my man does.
Women do that.
Could
Women
you
do that.
Yo, could you imagine they got into like Low got into an argument with someone and he's like pacing back and forth thinking about things to say to make sure they can't refute it, but then he's refuting his own points and he's dead ass just having an entire
Because I guess
conversation.
sometimes
That's
I do that all the time, okay? I do that literally all
that's
the
a
time.
little bit like thinking about what you want to say to someone is fine, but then thinking about the counter and arguing the counter with yourself is I don't know
But
about
nigga,
that one.
how do y'all think I'm prepared for counter arguments before y'all even say the counter?
Also, you got to remember he does the what? What's it called? A pairs choice. He does pairs choice.
Nigga,
Maybe
low,
that's
it's
what.
not that deep. I don't really. I, don't,
Like
I
when I go
swear.
player's choice and them niggas counter something, it's because I probably already thought about what they're gonna say before they said it.
Half of the arguments they're about to say one, you've already argued, and two, like the
Nah,
counterpart
that's tricky.
parts are
Nah,
like
that's tricky. That's
No, no, no,
tricky.
very, very simple.
but then that's fair. But the counterpoint, I make a note of the counterpoint because it also allows me to get to like a certain conclusion. So there'll be times where I'll have a thought, and then I think that it's a sound argument, but then I'll think of the counter, and I'll try to counter that counter, and if I can't, then it's not as sound of an argument that I thought
it's
it
pretty
was.
healthy. That's
So like,
that's a good way to
Okay,
challenge
okay.
your own
Are
beliefs.
you on open gym today?
no, I can't do that right now. But like for example, like the argument like me like slandering Kevin Durant, right? Like I'll slander KD for his postseason drops, or let me say Kyrie. I'll slander Kyrie for his postseason drops, and then I'll think of it. I'll do the research, and I'll like it's like really really deep. But then I'll have the counter to it, and if I can't counter that counter, I'm like, okay, this isn't a sound argument, so I should just throw the whole video away because it's not a good video at that point. Like I'll be making a really bad argument. You know what I'm saying?
I
I
understand.
feel like that's perfectly fine.
So you basically you just want your video to just have no kind of counter arguments.
But it's not even the video. It's like
It just be
life.
anything.
It's life. Like even if I have a conversation with somebody or I'm preparing to have a convo with someone, I'll think about what they're gonna say and I'll say it, and then I'll think like, okay, maybe maybe my stance on this isn't that sound because there's like a genuine
Right. If what
argument
you think can
against
be
it.
easily shot down, you definitely need to
You know what I'm
rethink
saying?
it and then come report a different way.
Yeah,
Exactly.
like some your stuff.
That's
Also,
fine,
some
but for everything, I don't think I'm gonna go into most conversations thinking about a counter argument. I
not
have
every,
Not
not
every,
every.
but not every single last one, but but yeah. Like
you okay? Okay, so
like how about this? There's a video that might be uploaded today or tomorrow on playback, and I watched it before. I watched the snippets that they laid out for us before I got to the video. And one of the videos the dude was saying like, would you one of the questions was on the Weird Ass podcast was, hey, would you fuck a transvestite or tranny? Excuse me, I apologize for saying that word. Would you fuck a trans woman or fuck a old like the oldest woman alive? And then the guy said,
the oldest
I,
one alive, right? I think I
he
seen
said the
that.
oldest woman alive because I wouldn't have sex with a trans woman because that would make me gay because that woman is biologically a man. So I heard that, and on my way to playback to record the video, I was thinking like okay, but like is he saying like that? And I thought about it, and then as I thought about it, I was like, technically speaking, if he's saying that he rather fuck, if he's not going to fuck a trans woman because it's biologically a man, does that mean that he would fuck a trans man because technically speaking, it's biologically a woman? And so now when you watch the video, you're going to be seeing me clowning this nigga because he wants to be fucking the ass by a trans woman.
What?
Think
That's
about
what I
it.
thought. I thought it was gonna be the
Like,
Andy
think about it.
Pick
If, I mean, a trans, he's gonna be fucking asked by a trans
Bro,
man.
this
Think
this
about
is what this is what I heard. This is what I heard, bro. I heard trans and fucking ass.
it.
That's
Wait. If he's saying that I'm not gonna fuck a trans woman because that would make me gay because they're biologically a man.
no, I get
Technically,
that.
yeah,
I get that part. Yeah.
but technically speaking, that means that he would fuck a trans man because they're biologically a woman, and that
Where
would,
does his
by his
ass
logic,
come into
make
play
him
though?
straight.
Where did you
That's what
get
I'm
fucked in
saying.
the
He
ass come
doesn't
part?
mind getting fucked in the ass by a trans man.
That's what he said.
No, this is what he. But the logic that he's spewing is
That's a bit of a
irrational.
leap though,
I
right?
Because
don't see
Because
how
like
the
even
logic
straight
would
men,
be this
it's
nigga
not.
getting
It's not
fucked.
a
the
leap.
ass
What?
part is elite to get fucked in the ass.
Oh well, the ass part is the hyperbolic
And
of
on
it.
top of that, that would make him gay because he does. That's nah.
No. But it would make him, in his mind, if fucking a trans woman is gay because they're biologically a man, that means that you're willing to have sex with a trans man because they're biologically a woman.
But that
By
man
his
is
logic.
doing the fucking us. Like,
That's a joke. I also said that means that he would be sucking his dick because technically speaking, by his logic, that's eating out a pussy because that's a
yeah.
biological woman.
Okay, man. All right.
Nah, this man low is crazy.
This is like
This man low is crazy,
I ain't gonna
bro.
lie. This is like level
Why?
10 type
Why,
of
Lo?
deep conversation. But I ain't
Why
gonna.
this combo? Out of all the combos, bro, just
But no,
why
but
this one, man?
that's an example. That's just the most recent example where I talked to myself and I came up with a very sound conclusion and it made up for a funny moment. But I would not be able to come to that conclusion if I wasn't free enough to just
Low.
talk to
I
myself.
just came up to
And
speak on the point of you're just basically saying you're thinking out loud. You're thinking a debate out loud, right? You're speaking it like just out loud to yourself, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so like when I do videos, I do the same thing, but I just don't say it out loud necessarily. I just kind of do it in my head, like all the counter arguments, all the things people might say. But I don't think speaking it out loud is also not a problem because like a lot of people verbalize to help themselves, go through arguments, come up with better thoughts and stuff like that. So I don't think what you're doing is wrong by any means. I think it's fine. I think it's actually more creative to do it. That's all.
I realize that
That's all I
too.
came
I
here to
can't
say. Bro.
keep
I don't think
like
you're.
all my
I don't
thoughts
think
in
you're
my
going
head.
crazy, bro.
Facts. That's a
I live
good.
by myself. I've lived by myself like 2 years, and I do that all the time. Like just not out loud necessarily, but like in my head for like probably 15
But
minutes.
do you pace around?
Sometimes, yeah, I do. So like I'll like literally like right before, same thing. Like Perkins says some shit, anyone says some shit, I'll like think about it in my head, and as I'm thinking about it, I'll probably start on my laptop, look at some stuff, then I'll probably maybe like walk around like in my living room or something, and just like think in my head. I might not be even saying shit, which might be look even creepier, right? Because I'm not even like talking out loud. I'm just in my head just kind of pacing around. I think the movement helps your brain, kind of like same with exercise, kind of helps your brain think. So just the movement helps you think. The only difference between what you're doing and what I'm doing is you're just saying it out loud. So I don't think there's any problem with it. I think you're fine, bro. I don't let them say you're crazy. It's like a normal process for a lot of people. I don't think.
Sorry.
Yeah,
So
don't worry about it. Yeah.
I realize
Don't
that.
believe
Your brother
Damo,
calling
bro.
you
Stay
crazy
away
on the
from Damo,
timeline is
man.
crazy.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
Crazy.
I
That's a
can't
comeback
spew
home.
all
Lo,
my
it
thoughts in my
helps
head,
your
like
probably with your most
especially
creative
for me. I
videos.
gotta write this shit down or say it out loud.
Yeah, bro. It probably helps with your most creative videos. It probably helps you flush out so many thoughts, like so many ideas that you probably wouldn't have if you if you didn't have that conversation with yourself. Because at the end of the day, if you're making this video, I mean, sure, you can maybe go someone, ask someone what they think about it, but you usually in this space, if you're like, especially as like YouTuber or something, you're kind of doing a lot of things by yourself, especially the idea making and that because that's your choice, which makes you the content creator you are, and therefore having that conversation with yourself is probably more useful than having a conversation with someone else in a lot of cases, and therefore you're just doing that yourself. So you're good, bro. You're all good, dude.
That's good, man. That's good. It's just this, yeah, like you said, this is my first time living by myself, so this is the first time I really had the freedom to do
Yeah.
it. And with that freedom, it's just been it's so excessive that I'm literally walking around the house talking to myself.
Bro, it's fine, bro. It's like it's not even.
Nigga, you never
I feel
wait. You
like a
never
lot
done
of
that
us
like
do
in
it.
an empty house. Like if your mom and brother are home, like you ever
Yeah,
done that?
but then I'm always like aware of like, okay, when are they coming back type shit.
Oh yeah, I feel.
I try not to. I try not to do it with. I mean, I do it in front of my mom. My mom doesn't really care because she's always known me. But I try not to do it in front of my mom anyway, bro, because I feel like you said, I feel like I just can't do it if it's kind of weird and I can't like really think to myself. But like if it's like at night because she sleeps and like no one is mad quiet, I would just start pacing randomly, like and just start deep in my thoughts. So I feel you, Lord. It's perfectly normal. Some people may think it's weird. I just think like MJ says, it's just you're just thinking aloud. It is what it is, bro. Don't think too
Nah,
much.
Lo's a weird nigga. I ain't
Yo,
gonna lie.
Holla, please
That's creepy.
help us wrap this up, man.
What do we that take that you had about the trans joint was crazy. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, that was crazy, bro.
Oh my
But
god.
I can't tell if you
That's
because you
low.
said it was a joke, so I don't know if like you really thought it was joking.
I feel like Lo was being serious, okay.
I mean, it's true, but also me the hyperbolic nature of it is a
Well,
joke. But
what's true
the
about it?
if the nigga said that he's not gonna have sex with a trans woman because he thinks it is gay, because trans women are biologically men, by that logic, that means he would have no problem with having
That's
sex with.
not true. Because if he said that same thing, that's like saying like, "Yo, would you have sex with, um, uh, fucking this
Oh, my
guy?"
bad.
And you're like,
I'm back.
all right,
He,
that's like you saying like, "Yo, would you have sex with this guy?" And you say, "No, I have sex with women." And then I pull up a picture of like Rosie O'Donnell, and I say, "Well, that means you have sex with." No, that doesn't mean that. Like that doesn't mean every woman. That just means this is one of the parameters, but there's other parameters that also exist. Just because you
but his parameter behind why he wouldn't do it was solely based off of the biological gender of that
Yeah,
woman.
based on the
Of the-
options given, though, right?
Okay, so but what I'm saying is, if it's the baddest, the conversation was, would you have sex with the most attractive trans woman or the oldest cisgender woman? That's what it was.
Hmm.
And so, if by that logic, that means that and if he views the reason why the trans woman is off the table is because of the biological nature of that person,
But
that
there,
means that if it was the hottest trans man all time,
yeah,
he would say, yeah, I would.
no, because the options were trans woman and cisgender woman, right?
An older cisgender
So
woman,
so
yes.
if the only way to test your theory is if you have to ask another question to come to that conclusion. And that
Oh yeah,
question, would you
that
want?
was the conclusion we came to in the video. Like, they should have asked that question because that would have been a great
Yeah,
follow
so
up.
if you ask them, would you rather sleep with a trans woman or a trans man, that would give you the answer to if that biological thing is actually the most important thing, right?
But for him to say that nigga is gonna have to be sucking dick because technically speaking, that's a woman to him.
Not necessarily.
It is. It is.
Yo, this man Lo is crazy. I
That's
can't.
what it is.
I-
He's sucking dick because to him that's a biological woman.
well,
To him
no,
that's
no,
just
they
eating out
didn't
pussy.
ask for biological woman though. They asked them to.
He did. That's what he said. Cisgender. He said a cisgender older woman, like the oldest cisgender woman. That's what they said.
Yeah, but you brought up trans woman or trans man or whatever.
That was another option. It was a trans nigga. Nigga, what the fuck's going on,
No,
bro?
listen,
Trans.
listen. His options were between a trans woman, right,
Uh huh.
and a cisgender woman, and he picked the
Yes.
cisgender woman because not only is she cisgender woman, she's also biologically a woman. There's two caveats there, but you're only harping
There
on the
wasn't
one.
two. But that's not what he said. He just said, I'm not gonna fuck the trans woman because she's not biologically a
Yeah,
woman. That
but
would make
that
her
doesn't mean
gay.
that's the only reason. She's not biologically a woman, and she's also not a cisgender woman. Is by his definition of what he picked, right?
But holla, but his reason was because it's gay, so that's why he wouldn't do it. Like
Exactly.
that was his reason.
So by that logic, to him, it wouldn't be gay if he fucked a trans
No, he
man.
didn't go that far. You have to. That's another step you have to take. That you if somebody said that's a reach earlier, like you have to reach to that conclusion. You don't have enough. Like in math, they ask you the question. They say, "Hey, Susie has 5 apples." Blah blah blah. And then they say A 6 B C7, D9, and D or C9, D, there's not enough information to answer the question. And the reason they do that in mathematics is to teach you
Nigga,
sometimes you
what are
don't have
you?
enough information to get to the
There
conclusion you're
is
trying to find.
enough. There,
It's not.
I ain't gonna lie, that's a
Holla,
terrible
you're
example.
taking this way too serious because it's a joke.
No,
But
no, I know
Holla,
it's a joke. I know it's a joke.
there is enough information, but he made an assessment off of being straight or gay based off of the biological but based off of what somebody how someone was born. That's what he did. So by that logic, he would have sex with a trans man.
You think your decisions are made off of one line of logic?
It should be if he's wants to be consistent. Because if that's the case, then the reason why you wouldn't fuck that the trans woman isn't because of that. It's just because you then just say you want to have sex with a cisgender woman. Don't say that I'm not going to have sex with a trans woman because it's biological because of biological reasons. Just say I only have sex with cisgender
I don't
people.
think you can come to
Say
the
that.
conclusion that he'll have sex with them. But then you can come to the conclusion that he would consider that not gay because it's only gay because it's a biological man in the
Mhm.
situation.
What if it's the sexiest trans
If it's
man
if he go
alive?
this biology right there,
Nah,
that's what it
this
is.
is crazy. This is crazy.
That's what the question was. It was like the most attractive trans woman, and he still turned that down because in his mind that technically means he's gay. But what if it's the sexiest trans man ever, bro? That nigga's mad sexy and cute. So is he having sex with him? That's the question.
Bro, what
But
are we
but you would have
talking
to
about
pose
right
that
now?
question and get his answer.
Yeah, and that's why holla. You talk it through your head,
No, no,
bro.
no.
That's where we get from, man.
But
If them niggas talked it to their head before they got there,
yeah, but you got to understand though, like these are a lot of words that people don't necessarily understand. Like these are a lot of people who use these words on the internet don't understand the depths of these. So when they say it, it's in passing when they're talking like, "Yo, that's gay because she was born a man." Like that's but when you get down to the crux of it, most people just are comfortable with what they're familiar with. Cisgender women.
holla, you are taking this way too serious.
You know, you're taking it too.
Yeah, holla,
You, you're trying to put
you're ruining
indictments.
the
I'm saying
holla,
like.
you're ruining the joke, man. You're ruining
Okay,
the
it's
joke.
a
You're
joke.
taking it too
That's what I'm saying. If it's a
serious.
joke, it's a joke. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're taking this way too serious, man. I'm about to go. I'm about to continue to talk to myself, man.
Yo.